The time's gone 8 minutes after the hour, 6 o'clock, and it's a very good evening to you. Welcome to our broadcast this evening, brought to you courtesy of the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development alongside the National Prosecuting Authority, and making sure that this show happens courtesy of Government Communication and Information System, the GCIS. My name is Karabalance. Thank you so much for having taken some time to be part of this show this evening, all the way up until 5 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock. And it's a big thanks to all the community radio stations who are partnering with us this evening to make sure that this broadcaster gets to your listeners in your areas. We really, really appreciate it. I would like to encourage some communication and some participation that's going to happen this evening as we're going to be discussing the topic for this evening, which is witness protection. So there we go, something very interesting for us to look forward to. Yona we tlisetswa ke ba Government Communication and Information System le ba khoro ya toka le tšwelopele ya molaotheo, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. So this evening we're going to be talking, as I said, about the witness protection, encouraging participation as we go along. I'm going to give you a number that you can use as we're going to be discussing the issue of witness protection. It is 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. That number is a toll-free number if you're going to be using a landline. If you're using a cell phone, make the initial call. We'll take your details down and call you back in that way, making sure that we're saving you costs. So let me not talk too much, really. Let's get into the matters of this evening. All right, we are joined this evening by a representative coming from the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development, and his name is Mr. Darius Lynn. And Darius is going to be here and telling us all about everything that we need to know about witness protection, and we're quite looking forward to the show. Darius, thank you so much for having made time to be a part of this show this evening and making yourself available.
Thank you, Karabo, and I'm pleased to be in the studio this evening to discuss witness protection.
So there we go. So at the end of the show, what I would like us to do is to really, I would like us, throughout the show, really to educate ourselves on to educate ourselves on witness protection in South Africa. It's nothing that you see in the movies. Almost similar, but not necessarily. We're going to be finding out pretty soon. The highlights. We're going to highlight the importance of witness protection. We're going to address some of the misconceptions of witness protection, and also educate ourselves about the Witness Protection Act. Did you know that it was governed by the Act, which is Witness Protection Act number 112 of 1998? So we're going to be educating ourselves on that regard as well. Again, 0800 142 446, social media. If you are on Twitter, DOJCD_ZA. If you're on Facebook, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. Witness protection. What is it, Marius?
Witness Protection Act establishes structures, rules, and procedures for protection of people that have to testify in court. It is also set out the duties and responsibilities of all people involved, making sure that witnesses are safe. That's the main aim of the Act, that witnesses are safe, that they can testify in court. If you are a witness and are afraid for your safety, reasons linked to being a witness, you can apply for witness protection. You can be afraid for your own safety or the safety of other people, or you can be afraid of a single person or a group of persons.
Mm-hmm. Is it only for that reason that you are a witness, or can one go into witness protection even if they're not a witness but they feel that their lives are threatened?
I think I need to answer you that if you are a witness, you are going to give evidence, testifying,
right,
or making a statement right now, or you have to give evidence in future. Then you are a witness and you need protection. Also, if you have given evidence in the past, then you are a witness.
So now, who is entitled for witness protection other than those that are witnesses? Do we have any other sort of people that are entitled, or types of people that are entitled to witness protection?
Any person who believes that their safety is threatened can tell the investigating officer, or the person in charge of a police station. A person in prison can tell the head of the prison or the registered social worker at the prison. A person who feels unsafe can also talk to the public prosecutor or the DPP for that specific region. Or they can contact one of our officers from Witness Protection.
All right. Now, witness protection is there, and like all the other things that are there that have acts that govern them. But one wonders, why is it necessary then to have witness protection? Is it something that we see as a vital need to have?
Definitely, in our criminal justice system, people are scared to come forward with information, scared of being victimized. So that's the reason why there's witness protection, to protect them, to enable them to give the necessary evidence.
All right, 13 after 6 o'clock. If you've just joined us, we've just started now, and this evening we're going to be talking about witness protection. Welcome to it. My name is Karabalans, and alongside me is a representative coming from the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. His name is Mr. Darius Lynn, and we're pretty excited to have him in the studio. We're going to be learning about witness protection, and hopefully at the end of the show we're going to be understanding a little bit more about it, and just to get rid of the misconceptions that we have about witness protection as well. So stay with us all the way up until 5 after 7 o'clock. And now, for how long, does witness protection, how long can it be extended to somebody? Does it have a duration in terms of we can only protect you for so long, or we can, or can it go on and on and on and on?
Yeah, there is a duration for witness protection. Witness will stay in witness protection until the director is of the opinion that the witness safety is no longer in danger. However, if he fails to comply with the rules and regulations of the protection agreement, he can be discharged.
All right. The rules and regulations, you say, and I wonder, do they differ from one case to the other, or the level of danger that one is in, or is it just standard rules and regulations that are set for witness protection?
Yeah, it is. When entering into witness protection and you sign a permanent contract in terms of the Act, the responsibilities, roles and rules has been explained. Those are that the witness must follow, as well as the rules or what the director can do for you. It's all standard. Every witness has been treated the same.
All right, 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. That's the number to dial if you're calling from a landline. It's going to be Mpiwa Fela, free of charge. But if you're calling from a cell phone, just make the initial call. Very quickly we'll take your details down and call you back, in that way saving you cost. Like our first listener calling in all the way from Limpopo, Khasekela, that's the name of the place, and we're talking to Breeza. Breeza, good evening to you, Breeza. Yeah.
As a median, ne?
Okay.
We've got our own media here. Then we're trying to report a lot of things that happened, and it's a public things. Then after all, then we refumana matsotse ya gorno re bua dilo tsa motse kantle le titla. Then if maybe Karabgiri, okay, di khomo di mo tseleng tlhokomela di driver let's kala go bala ni fitla mo tseleng e soya armam, then I'm wrong or whatever, then ara sona reporter or whatever, then we report it to the media because we've got our own media. We call it Lephalale FM 87.8. then where the pele ba mo boya kwa bolata le di manager tsa ntshenge tsa Lephalale FM ba bolelela gore no ba re bolelela gore no re ska bua dilo tsa setšhaba ka ntle le titla, and then ba re drop heri bua dilo tse e leng tsona, and ile mannete ile re batla go thiba bogodu bo ba batlang go go dira ile boetla pele ba blake, because they want to steal our 350,000 rand ile ya rena ya setšhaba without our consent. They must come to us and ask us then ba tla mo go rena ka solution ya ba tle ka hore are thusane mo le then ya ba tshosa tsana le media tsa le phala le FM then ba bolela hore no re tla dira 1 2 3 then a tsitsore a ikasa idumelela dilo tse hore go nne le tetla hore re nne le molwana wa hore re bua ka se or a re bui ka se or yang ke le bantsa go wena yeo abuti.
Okay.
Then media, that's why I'm speaking now to the nation now.
Okay, I can tell you right now there are structures in place that have been put by government in order to report activities like this, especially when you're talking about community media. But that's where I'm going to stop for now, and I'll tell you why. Not that I don't want to answer your question, but the role that I'm playing this evening is actually of a mediator and just taking questions and making sure I guess somebody clear. But having said that, personally because I want to direct you to these structures you can actually address that issue too.
Please.
Yeah, because kenale feeling ya gore our community media has been put in place in order to address the issue if you cannot find help at a community radio station or community television or newspaper, so yeah, so
for example last week then ngwana o etsa ka motse ha mokoti no ka ha ena metsi then mara mokoti o epile ke company e dira skontiri mo then aba barricade the mutsima o di khomo di wetse ka mo di go fetse le sona di sule then ara tshwana o bua then ara bua then our community radio and our community radio managers, I don't know how they've been of Ikaza, they didn't workshop them well or whatever. So we must go to report.
Okay, all right, Ndade Breeza, thank you so much. Look, I can tell you this right now that we have to escalate this issue, and there are structures in place that are put there for you to actually report issues like this, and I can guarantee you we'll follow up on it. We have your details down. We'll definitely address it. Thank you so much for having called in. I appreciate it. Let's go all the way to from Jozi. Let's speak to Anon. Good evening to you, Anon.
Good day, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself, sir?
I'm good. Kiki, it's not a secret for the Mulawagona most South Africa House of Harden and Maponesa Arona, they are easily take bribes or understand. So what I say that if I have an information, what assurance do I have as a citizen that I can entirely trust this Witness Protection Act, and what methods do they actually apply to ensure it is actually secured?
Thank you so much. I've actually called you Anon. It's actually anonymous from Georgia. Thank you so much for having called in. It's a cool name, and I think from now on, all the anonymouses we call them Anon. It sounds cool, you know. Thank you so much for calling in. 21 after 6, 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. This evening we're talking about witness protection, and I think the biggest thing that we're going to do this evening is to actually eradicate the misconception that goes with witness protection. Why? Because we want to show you in the right direction. We want to give you the proper information about what witness protection is and how it works and the law that governs it. And talking about the law that governs it, Anon calls in and he wants to find out, what assurity do I have if I go into witness protection that, there's not going to be leaks about my whereabouts, about my status or the state of my case? Does the Act address that?
Yes, Karabu, the Act address that. The director and any member of the Office of Witness Protection must take an oath of confidentiality, and they are screened, and the Act states that no person can disclose any information while fulfilling his or his duties under the Act. There is exceptions to the rule. For example, if the witness gives consent, we can disclose information, or if it's in public interest. Nonetheless, when making this disclosure, factors such as the safety is taken into consideration. So The information within witness protection is classified according to the MIS document, and it's secret. So it cannot leak out. If it leaks out, the act will be implemented and the person will be charged.
And we, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about schedules as far as sentencing is concerned, sentencing is concerned. Let me put it that way. And I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the different schedules that witness protection has in terms of cases and where people are placed and so forth. We're going to explore that now in a short while. But before we do that, we go into Soshanguve and we chat into Kabelo. In Soshanguve, Kabelo? Kabza?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Ronald guy.
Awa no re siamela.
Yeah, putsalnari.
Ke batla botsiso re go na le difference between someone oiling witness and a spy.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That's a very interesting one. All right.
Yes, that's my question, sir. Thank you.
Cool stuff. Kabza, it looks like you and I are level at the James Bond movies too much, man. Hey, tada, Kabza. Moja. Okay, there we go. That's a question from Kabelo Soshanguve. He wants to know differences between a spy and yeah. You want to go for it, Darius?
A witness is a person who's going to testify in court,
Okay.
in a criminal case or tribunal. Or a commission, while a spy is somebody working undercover whose identity is not known, so he's not going to testify in court.
Okay. So that's okay. So the common denominator here is the testimony that's going to be given in court.
Yeah.
Where a spy is nowhere near.
Nowhere near court. They don't go to court.
There you go, Kabelo. There we go. All right, 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. That is our toll-free number this evening. Otherwise, you can hook us up on Twitter, DOJCD_ZA. Otherwise, Facebook, it's the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. I'd like to hear from you this evening. All right, we as I mentioned to you earlier on, I'm quite interested to find out the different schedules, depending on one's pronunciation, that witness protection has. Do you have like schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, and those schedules, if you can explain them to us so that we understand, their levels as well in terms of how they're placed.
Yes. If you're talking about the levels, you refer to the schedules in the Act of crimes. Do I understand you correctly?
Well, say for instance, okay, let me give you an example. If somebody is going to be put on witness protection, are there different hierarchies in terms of, wow, this guy falls into level 7 because his case is so severe, or this one, he's all right, we'll put him under witness protection, he's just under schedule 1, that type of thing. The severity of the case, is it scheduled?
No, it's not scheduled. All the witnesses are treated the same.
All right.
They also we see them all as their life being in danger, so they protect it exactly the same.
All right, and you and I were chatting just a while ago, and we spoke about the issue that people should not think that people working for the witness protection unit are bodyguards. Then one wonders, what's the difference between them and bodyguards? Do they ever perform bodyguard duties at some stage? How does it work?
Yes, we don't perform bodyguard duties, with the exception of people going to court. If they go to court, they are at risk. It's a high-risk situation, so they are protected 24/7 while attending the court case.
All right, 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. Uppington, we've got Renee listening in Uppington. Good evening to you, Renee.
Hi, Karabo.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, and yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. What is your question this evening?
Great. Also, good evening to Mr. Lynn. Karabo, I'd like to know, probably it is that you have covered this question already in the introduction phase of the program, but I'd like to know what are the key reasons for witness protection. That's just all that I want to know.
Would I be correct if I say qualifying criteria?
Yeah.
100%. Thank you so much, Lynn. Renee, I beg your pardon. All right, there we go. Renee, all the way from Arpington, one of our regular listeners, and we really, really appreciate it. 0800 142 446. Key reasons or we spoke about it. Don't be surprised there, Darius, when we do have a question repeated. Some listeners are missing it. Some listeners are going to be joining us even later. Perhaps they're going to be asking the same question. But Renee wants to find out qualifying criteria in terms of being put under witness protection. What are the key reasons for that?
Okay, you have to be a witness, and you have to be giving testimony in court or make an affidavit. So if you're busy making an affidavit right now, you are a witness. You're going to testify in court. Or you have to give evidence in the future, or if you have given evidence in the past, you are a witness. So if you have then reason to believe that your safety is being threatened, or you are going to be harmed, you can apply for witness protection. The evidence can be serious criminal cases, or an inquest, a commission, a tribunal, or an investigation, IPIT, or even asset forfeiture unit cases.
Now, when it comes to, I wonder if somebody's part of, say, a group of accused, lack of a better word, and for some reason they feel they need to go into witness protection because maybe they're going to testify, maybe they turn state witnesses and that type of thing, but they were part of the wrongdoing as well. Do they qualify to be put under witness protection?
If they are willing to testify against the other accused, they must give an affidavit, and then they are classified as Section 204 witnesses. So they do qualify.
Okay, just tell us a little bit more about that Section 204.
Section 204 is it's Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act, whereby you must testify truthfully and honestly.
Okay.
And then indemnity is granted by the presiding officer.
Right. Okay, 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. Remember, you can chat to us in any language of your choice. I will click my tongue to the best of my ability, but trust you me, you're more than welcome to do that. Praat saam met my Afrikaans asseblief. Ek wil 'n bietjie Afrikaans vanaand praat. So let's do that as well. Tswai from Morocco in Soweto. Tswai?
Hello, the guy.
Rona le kae?
Re
Yeah, puchwal na ring and that is why.
Ne ke kopa ho botsa gore ge stogolo sentse house breaking mo lapeng anka dintho tse e le gore na itemisetso na ilo di rekisa be ba mo tshwara mo tseleng ke a tshwarwa ke maphodisa banka dintho tse ba di tshwara di dula ko police station. Ha tshwantse nna e le monga dintho ke court e be khoti nna ke ka tla ko court ke taba e tshwantseng ke etsang, and then ba mo tshwere, and then the statement ba di ngwetse gore house breaking, and then ba mo tshwere on things tse leng gore they were theft, nna di utswitse case ya teng ba re ke ka tla ko case. How will you treat that? In which way can you treat that? And then when I'm trying to find out, I was told for it, the way judgment did it. I just want to get the clarity that is it fair in that way, because utulile anka dintho ba mo tshwara ka tsone, and then dintho tsa teng ba fetsa ban replace tsona zang case ya teng ya tswela pele ke tsela e tshwantse ke etse jwang eo.
All right, we're gonna find out about that. I wonder if Mr. Lynn will be able to tackle that, but if not, we'll definitely hand it over to the relevant people, but we'll see how we come around that. Thank you so much, and that's why let's go to Grace calling all the way from Rusty Dusty. That's Rustenburg for you, man. Grace, good evening to you. Good evening to you, Grace. Grace is not there. Okay, we've lost Grace. Let's tackle that. That's why his attempt to tackle that. That's why I think this will probably be beyond our scope for this evening. But he wants to find out if somebody was caught breaking into, not necessarily caught at the time, but if somebody broke into one's house and they are caught on the way, on the street somewhere with those things, and they get arrested, the owner identifies the things and he gets told, yes, these are your things, and he broke into your house, you are well aware of that, but he's being stopped to attend the court proceedings. What can one do on that regard? Would you have some insight on that, Darius?
If he's stopped to go to court because he's a witness, obviously he's going to be a witness, he was the victim in this case, he can inform the investigating officer.
All right.
He can report it to him, and when he needs to go to court, we can assist.
Okay, all right. So the MPA can assist on that regard. All right, we're going to be giving out telephone numbers at the end of the show. I would like you to listen in, that's why, because those numbers are definitely going to help you to go into the right direction, to speak to a few people that can help you to tackle that issue. We're going to be doing that towards the end of the show. Let's chat to Grace. Apparently, Grace from Rusty Dusty is back. Grace,
Hello.
legame.
I don't know, guys.
Agete. Puto awere.
Puto Vicky, Nagili, Nagili witness, when somebody some crime, some sort of a crime. So I give a very good thing to testify. I used to testify during before to get testify. I abuse of one night, I have a beta, I have a beta. Aba thuba pama whereby ke bolela khateng officer na tshwere case investigate and tshwere case aba mputsa go eleng ene khwetsagala go teng ga ke se boteng problem ka go teng e be nna gore ba etsa sebaka le go araba so putsa le gore ba rona ba re nnang fo nna gore wena o sharp mo thateng ga te fopela ga o protect yang batho ba ka lona o ka yang protection ya bobedi ke gore goreng ba sa re bolelle ga batho ba tswa go tronko ba kra parola ba etsang because no wile so I don't know the right saka king because nobody called me and polella go etsagalang after that.
Thank you so much. Ours Grace will definitely tackle that question, all right? Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Let's go to Senegal. Mohlwatoka. Is it? No, I can tell you right now, this is probably Mohlwatuba. 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 Ke na Mohlwatuba ke. Ke tlo kopa gore go meme o tle mo studio ngana ha o tla o tle le phafandadi ge kense ba simanyana ba motse ba ngwala Mohlwatoka mona ha ke tse gore wa monka ka Mohlwatoka. A utlwa he ntate botsa o re
ke le go ka mo na ha e no re ke le ka se tsireletse then e be le melelwa o tswala ke molato na ke ka ne ke tsireletse ka morago go tso sentate.
Okay, so yeah, so you are being arrested and you are being arrested and the judgment comes out that you actually are innocent. Would you still get protection after that? Is that what you're asking? I'll go ahead. You go ahead and that. Can I go to repeat if I like as hormone that the darna you to hand moon? I got one number Platuba. I'll go ahead. Let's go to Bushback Ridge. We're chatting to Kaurelo. I can tell you right now, this is Kaurelo. Kaurelo?
Sure, how's it?
Shap uzera, bra.
Nah, I'm fine.
What is your question?
Oh, well, my question I want to ask whether if maybe I become the witness, and then if it happens that the person or the accused, maybe I'm a state witness, let me put it this way, I'm a state witness, and the accused stays like 3 houses away from my family or my house, will I get a state protection from there or whatsoever?
All right, we're going to be finding out a little bit more about that. Thank you so much, Kauza.
For sure.
Let's go to Rockville and Sbo.
Sabona Pukarabo.
Kunjani sesami?
Ngiyamphila njani?
Mocha hola. What is your question?
Okokuqala nje ngicela ukubonga ukuthi nangiculela kahle ngosuku lwami lokuzalwa.
Awuzweke happy birthday sisbo. Yabona I must put amakhekhe lana man and be ready ukuthi uma umuntu afona lana ibirthday yakhe ngimthumelele cake but ungawari I'll organize something.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Hola ke sisami.
Ngifisa nje ukubonga ngibonga uNkulunkulu esangigcinele ngimlalela lapha estation ikhwezi.
Awuzweke.
irate crazy isiteshi esiqeda 20 years manje ngiyabonga kakhulu uyabona nje lokho engizofundisa khona kuningi esikuvuzayo kulezi inhlelo lezi
awuzweke siyabonga
ngiyabonga
mama
kakhulu ngiyabonga kakhulu uNkulunkulu angigcine ningene kahle na ku Christmas alisize njalo nihlale nilethela lolu lwazi ngoba uyoba ulenza iphutha mawulalela iCrazy FM tholakala ku 90.5 FM.
Thank you so much Siboza, happy birthday to you once more.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Karabuphile.
Tara. Let's go. Let's move over to Uppington and be chatting to Frank. Good evening to you, Frankizo.
Hi, Frank. Listening through Radio Riverside, Uppington. Thank you for taking the call, Karabo. And earlier, you said that if you are testifying, you qualify to be under witness protection. Now, if I'm testifying, but I feel that if I'm taken away and I'm under witness protection, my family is also threatened. Or do they also qualify to be under witness protection? But also, does it necessarily mean that if I'm witness protection, I have to be uprooted from my surrounding and be taken to another place so that I can feel safe? That is question number one. The second one, earlier your guest said that the DPP will decide that now this witness, this person no longer is necessary to be under witness protection. If that evaluation comes to me, but I say to the DPP, for example, that, but I still feel that I'm not safe, can that decision of the DPP then be reviewed?
All right, that's a very good question, Bro Frank. Thank you so much. We're going to explore it just now. See. All right, 0800 142 446, 20 minutes before 7. All right, if you want to hook us up on Twitter, Simona is standing by to take some of your questions there. DOJCD_ZA, that is our Twitter handle. Otherwise, on Facebook is the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. Thank you so much, Simona. I see you one coming in. All right, let's drift back. There was quite a number of questions that came through, and I hope we're going to tackle all of them. Maybe let's start with Grace's question. And once you find out he's a witness, he's testified, but things turn around, and the family is now being threatened. And in fact, the person has came in and started assaulting the entire family. What does one do in a situation like that?
Grace need to go to the investigating officer and report the threat to the investigating officer, tell her about the circumstances, and as I understand, the family has been threatened because she is a witness.
Right.
So she can go to the investigating officer, report this threat to him, and he can contact the office and arrange for her to qualify for witness protection.
All right, and one of Grace's follow-up questions was one that actually ties in with the one here, Frank. Grace and Frank had almost the same question that's got to deal with the issue of family members also being in threat or being threatened. Can we extend witness protection to them as well?
That is correct. Anyone who is a member of your household or family or is close to you in any way can apply for witness protection. If you apply, they can come with you onto witness protection.
All right. Kaugelo came in asking a question. If he becomes a witness and only to find that the witness is staying about a couple of houses away from where he's staying and he feels that his life is in danger, does he qualify to be placed under witness protection?
If he's a witness in a case and the threat comes in linked to the him being a witness in that case, he can apply for witness protection. He'll be moved away from the house because that is his danger area, so he'll be taken away.
Okay, but you having said that, actually that brings me to Frank's question that's got to deal with the being uprooted, he mentioned, from his surroundings. How does that one work? Can you be... Of course you can, but I mean, to what extent does this affect one in terms of family, work, salaries, and so forth, recreation and all of that stuff, being uprooted from your surroundings, basically?
Yes, you are being uprooted. You're taken out of the danger area. and you will be placed in a safe area, whether you are alone or with your family. And we try to make it as comfortable as possible so that you can continue with a normal life. If you have children with you, we do give assistance so that they continue with their school. We give support services, trauma counseling. We try that the witness continue with their normal life. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible for them.
All right. Let's chat to Rishala quickly from Joburg. Rishala?
Yes, I'm
Good evening, Rishala.
good evening.
Yes, what is your question?
Okay, I've got a bit of I think it's more on the criminal matter, right? Where my son is in custody already at the prison. And every time he comes to court, the bail's application has been denied. And, what I want to find out more or less is, we've had the investigating officers not really doing their job properly. So the matter's always been put on, put off for something at the courts. So now what I want to know, because the matter comes front now on the 13th of November. Now, they've already, he's been accused of robbery. There is two guys that were, that was actually involved in this whole thing, and the cops are not picking them up, but they're trying to use my son where he mentions their names. Now, and this person that we know has allegedly done the robbery has a fire. And the investigating officer says to us that since we live in the area, we need to try and catch this person and notify them. So if my son does eventually come out on bail and stuff like that, or what is the risk of him, if he has to talk, will anybody be able to, how can I say, be able to protect him if he's going to turn to be a state witness? And how do we go about, if he has to talk and mention the person's name?
Oh, wait, you're saying, you're saying they telling you to catch this other person?
Yes, they told us in court on Friday. The investigating officer told us that. Since we live in the area, I feel like we have to do their job for them. They know where the person lives. They see him on the road. He's actually told other members, people where we are living, that he will just give them money and they won't lock him up.
Aye. Okay. Darius, I see you.
I wasn't the only person that heard what the investigating officers told us.
Okay. All right. Maybe let me hand it over to you, Darius. I see you nodding. You were sort of shaking your head there for a bit. Would you like to comment on that and give a bit of advice there as well?
I'm just as surprised as you are about the statement. If a son make an affidavit, they can talk to the IO, who must contact our office, and if there's a threat, we can fill in an application.
All right.
Because I've actually phoned the police station to speak to the brigadier, and she had put me through to the station commander. Before I appeared, before I went to court last Friday, because I was still at work, and they just told me the matter's in court and there's nothing they can do. So I informed them what the officers are doing, and they, he just brushed the whole matter off. And when I did go to the court at 12 o'clock. And my son's matter was brought up again, because it was tea time, and this is what we were told at the court. And, we don't have any say if we go to the police station, and I don't want to go there to make things matter worse for my son that's already been locked up. Because, I can't defend him. He is of age. He's 24 years old. I can't say that he's innocent or he's not innocent. As a parent, to have my son locked up for almost 2 months, it is hurting, It's and the cops are not doing their job, and then they tell us, end of the day, that we need to catch the person that they know who is doing all this crime, and he's walking free.
All right.
That's what's so upsetting.
All right, I'll tell you what, Rishala, if there's one thing that I've learned is the issue of if you're not finding joy at a level at the bottom, you always escalate it to the one at the top, which I want to say to you now. We've got your details. And what we're going to do, we are going to help you escalate this matter. you've brought it to our attention that you've spoken to several people whom you did not get help from. Don't despair. All right, we're going to try to elevate it to the next level for you. My producers are listening to me now already as I'm speaking to you. They're noting next to your number. That this is a caller that we need to escalate the matters, gentlemen. We need to do that. So,
it's just that I've got you guys on air. We've listened to your shows, so I really appreciate it that the help that you give the people wherever you guys are calling from. But I'm at work, so it's difficult for me to take off and go to the police station personally. It's hard for me to go to the investigating officers again because I'm just barely getting through the court cases. And on Tuesday, I had to practically beg my boss to go to Sun City, the prison out here, just to visit my son and take him food.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Rochella. Would you like to say something to our caller there, Darius?
I don't have insight in the docket, so I cannot say what statements is in the docket and what type of witness the person is, if he is a witness. So I cannot comment on that. But if he's a witness and he made an affidavit, a witness statement, they can inform the IO to make contact with us.
100%. Rochella, we've got your details down. We're definitely going to help you escalate this matter. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. All right, let's go to Absalom from Sandywood. Absalom.
Yes, I'm still here.
Absalom, there used to be a guy named Absalom Skaratintwa. Bakhila nete. Baba mia rabete di penali. Bakhila di nete. Yeah. What is your question there, Absalom Skaratintwa?
Look, I'll try to be a kind of comically by say. Let's say what we rely on is what we see on television sometimes.
Yeah.
If somebody is on witness protection, they get police escorts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to hear that you don't have bodyguards, let's say you get killed while you are still at the witness protection, is the family allowed to sue the state?
Is the family allowed to do what?
To sue the state.
To sue the state?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes, roughly, I'm talking on behalf of, you see this lady from Lesotho who was killed last month, who was married to that guy, and the cancel or something like that.
Okay, all right. We'll explore it, and we'll explore it from how you started the question to say, these are the things that you see on television. That's the start. That's the base point. That's where we'll start. Thank you so much, Absalom Skaratinto. Okay, let's go to Sophie in Midrand. Sophie.
Hello.
Hi, Sophie. How are you doing?
I'm okay, yourself.
I'm well, thank you. What is your question or comment, ma'am?
Oh, my question is, I bought a car last year, the brand new car, so then I drive it till this year, June. So, nearly to make 1 year, they started not to start it 12. So, I go to the dealer, I report the matter on July. But when they first check the car, they check that the battery is shut up. And then the battery warranty is only 6 months. So,
how would you like us to help you?
Sorry?
How would you like us to help you in that regard?
So I want to know where can I lay a complaint, because I go several times to the dealer, but they can't find the problem of the car. No?
All right.
They said the battery is drained the power. I got only 2 weeks with a new battery, and then the battery shut up again. So I bought three batteries.
Okay.
Now when I go to them, they can't take the responsibility. But I'm still paying that car.
All right, Sophie, it's not even beyond the scope of what we're talking about this evening. It's just not in the scope of what we're talking about this evening. But it does not mean we're just going to cut your line and not respond in any way to you. There is a thing or two that we can say with regards to that. In fact, Darius has noted something that he wants to just tell you with regards to where you can help, where you can get help on that in that regard. Darius?
Yeah, I think Sophie can go to the Consumer Council.
All right. Did you hear that, Sophie?
Yes.
Check out the Consumer Council. They can help you sort this matter out. The Consumer Council. Otherwise, the other one that I'm thinking about is that Motor Ombudsman. Am I saying correctly?
That's correct.
Yeah, the Motor Ombudsman, Sophie. They can help you on that regard. All right.
The motor what?
The Motor Ombudsman.
Okay. Yes, I was looking for it because I don't know where is that ombud.
Yeah.
I need an advice from you because
Okay.
they said the justice point.
Okay.
So I think I'll get the advice.
Yeah, Munwabisi class has got your details. Munwabisi will put your details and will definitely make sure you're getting assistance. We'll show you in the right direction. All right, let's head to Betty from White City. Betty.
Hello.
How's Betty Ligaina?
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Karabo.
Hi, Betty.
Everything you learn, guys.
Rona man Ligaina.
Man, thank you so much for the education, what you call program.
Yes, ma'am. Your question.
Yeah, yes, I want to know if, like me, I was dismissed last year unfairly. Please, if you can be able to assist me, I was just exploited by this company, the private company. Are you with me, Karabo?
I'm with you. I'll tell you what you can do first before you even go ahead and talk. I want you to close down your radio.
Yeah, it is on. Okay, let me just hold on from. Okay.
Ngana man phone and go vala ma radio. Bazonifaka ebondeni. They will yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries, Sis Betty. Okay.
Okay. Let's just speak closer then. Are you with me now?
Okay, I can hear you clearly now. Very quickly, your question.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Karabo, I was dismissed. I was exploited at this company from last year. And as we speak, I'm at home unemployed and I was misrepresented by a lawyer. I need your advice, please.
Okay. When it comes to matters of labor and so forth, there's two areas there where you can go. Okay, you can either go and complain, the labor department. That's number one. The other one is there is
the CCMA.
You can go to the CCMA as well.
But you know what, Karabo, what happened in my case? I'm sorry to say this. I was misrepresented and I was pressurized by the commissioner at the CCMA. I'm not happy. What I wanted them to set aside the settlement which I was forced by my lawyer. I'm sorry because I was under duress. That's what happened at the CCMA. So that's why I wanted them to set aside that settlement. But unfortunately, because if you don't have money in this country, everything goes down.
Okay. All right. I think anything we're going to say now is really going to lead you in the wrong direction. We would want the informed people to deal with this matter. And we agree with my producers. Patama number wako as well. And then we'll escalate it to the guys Bako Justice Department. We'll explain to them what you've just said and they'll carry it from there, okay?
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thanks, Ausbeti. There we go. We're chatting to Anonymous in Pretoria. Anonymous, good evening to you.
Hello, ninjani ba?
Siyaphila njani ma?
Siyaphila.
Awuzweke?
Ngine problem lana.
Masizwe ma.
Kodwa ke andiyazi ukuthi le program namhlanje ngicishe ngayimisa ngithola phakathi. So angazi ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani kodwa angazi ukuthi lokho engikushoyo nizokhona ukunceda ngako na.
Maybe let me just say before you even ask your question, sikhuluma nge-witness protection, everything that's got to do nokuba a witness and how you get protected by the law and the act that governs that. That's what we're talking about this evening.
Oh, okay. And then okunye nje okuseceleni angeke nibazonanko.
Look, I'm not going to say don't ask. Perhaps it's something that we can help you out with. So you're more than welcome. This is the perfect platform to do that.
Oh, okay. Uyazi ukuthi inkinga yami yini. Ubaba washona. And then ekushoneni kwakhe wayesebenza city council. And then umama azange athole lutho kuye. And then iruma ithi ukawabona izinto abantu bayazenza and then zihambe zizwakale along the way. So kukhona abahlakaniphile ehlangothini lakho ubabami and then bahamba bayoclaima lezi mali. And then umama kusho ukuthi into yakhe kusho kuyinto eyenzeke inesikhashanyana and then wanalento yokuthi uNkulunkulu uzayibona ngifila nje ukuthi yazi ukuthi akukho fair.
All right. So you want that corrected, right? Okay. I'll tell you.
I want that corrected, Papa, and then kuchuthi mani corrector. Ngizaninika ama phone number kamama because last time ngikhulume naye kushuthi belokungayifuni engekho kuyo yonke lento. All along nathi besiyikile. Manje ngoba ukhulule inhliziyo yakhe ukuthi I can go ahead ngendlela engakwazi ukuthi ngimncede ngayo.
Okay.
So abazokumnceda ngizawunika iphone numbers zakhe.
Okay.
And then nikhulume naye because mina ngisesosha nguve yena usebhofotwest.
All right. Sisam, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my producers take your details down. Okay, I'll tell you why. We had a show about 3 to 4 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and that had to deal with the issues at the estate and all of that. And the guests that were here in the studio, they promised us that even in the following shows, should we have somebody who's got a question relating to issues at the estate and all of that, we should give him a call. That's exactly what we are going to do. You're also going to give my producers your mom's numbers as well, so we can have yours and your mom's numbers so that we can give them all the information that they would need to assist you. Okay?
Oh, Nkosam, yes, I appreciate that. The show is just that sometimes we connect and then we follow. It's just that
okay, take heart, ma. Take heart. There is a solution. Somebody somewhere will definitely hear your cry and they will help you. All right.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sisam. Bushbuck Ridge, that's where we're going. In fact, Bushbuck Ridge, that's where Ulinda, our renowned sound engineer, has gone down to Bushbuck Ridge to meet the president there and do some Siahlola engagement that's happening there. And Linda's down in Bushbuck Ridge. Simon, if you see him, say hi. Good evening to you, Simon.
Yeah, evening, Karabo. How's it?
I'm good, and you, my friend?
I'm okay.
What's your question?
I'd like to know as to, is there a time frame for a witness protection, or it depends on the degree of the particular case?
All right, is that all? Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Simon. I appreciate it, from Bushbuck Ridge. 7 o'clock on the dot. We've got 5 minutes to go. Maybe let's start with that one there, Darius. A time frame for witness protection?
Time frame as in going to be on the program, stay on the program.
How long can you stay on the program? Does it depend on the case that we're dealing with and the status of the case as it goes along?
No, as I indicated, until the director has information that your safety is no longer into jeopardy, that you are safe, you can leave the program. And also, what must be remembered is that witness protection is voluntary.
Okay.
You can leave whenever you want to. We cannot force you to stay on the program. So it's your decision.
All right, 100%. There we have it. 0800 142 446. Don't be left behind. We'd also like to hear from you. Okay, let's go to our Facebook questions quickly. The first one says, does the Department of the Office have a safe house in every town? There we go. It's one of those questions that's got to do with watching a lot of movies. Darius, would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, it's. I cannot say where we have safe houses or safe establishments. I cannot say we have in every town. I cannot say we do not have in every town.
All right, there we have it. Then let's move on to the next question. Kolani Ngwegazi, he wants to know, does a witness remain under protection for the rest of his life or her life?
No, as I indicated previously, when the director is of the opinion that he's safe, his safety has no longer been threatened, he can be discharged.
All right. Nyakalo Wahamabuya wants to know, Mr. Lance, he says, if Kili witness under protection, how am I going to testify in court? Am I going to be in a secret place or what? Let's start with that one first. There's a follow-up question after that.
If you're admitted, we're going to take you away from your danger area and place you in a safe house so that you can function normally on your own. When you go to court, we will protect you. We will physically protect you, as in bodyguards. So you'll be safe when you go to testify.
All right. What's going to happen if I'm a witness under protection and then suspect walks free or not found guilty? Will the state still protect me or what?
If the suspect walks free or is not found guilty and your life is no longer at threat, you will be discharged.
All right. And he ends it off by saying hashtag Naledi Community Radio. Thank you so much, Naledi Community Radio, for your taking part in this. We really, really appreciate it. Oh, we've got about 2.5 minutes to go. Let's see if we can get the last question in. Do we have, gentlemen, a listener? Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up. Okay, I'm being shown to hold it a little bit, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So these people that are calling in, that you're hearing them, they've been using our toll-free number, which I want you to write down, because in the future you are definitely going to need it in order to interact with us here in the studio. 0800 142 446. That's 0800 142 446. Toll free from a landline. Otherwise, if you're on Facebook, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development, Twitter DOJCD_ZA. Let's go to Kempton Park and we're chatting to Valerie.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, Valerie.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much. What is your question?
Yes, I've just got a question. I got so interested in the conversation I've been listening through this evening.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was once bumped by SAPS, whereby they were in the room. And then when we called for traffic, for the traffic cops to come through to the scene, they said they couldn't help because the SAPS that were involved, they were going to sort it out. And then the case was opened and everything, and the investigator was following with the case. Then they told us to get a quotation, or one quotation nearby the police station. Then we gave them the quotation. But after that, I traveled out of the country. I went on vacation. When I came back to do a follow-up on the case, they said the case was closed down.
Okay. All right, let's not waste too much time let's take that number down. Valerie, we're going to take your number down as well. Producers have heard parts of your question. We'll call you back and we'll get clarity on that so we can forward it to the relevant people, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Valerie from Kempton Park. Last caller, ke Chegofatso. O ta Chegofatsa bošego bja legono ka putšo ya gage. Ena o tšwa le Lichtenburg. Chegofatso?
A ge le kae?
Re teng le kae?
Go molato ntate.
Potso ya gago e reng e hemme?
Kawe, ka May this year, I happened gore ke skoniwe ke batho ba re ba tlhaga ko South African Defence Force. Ba nkopa gore ke ba supply ka di biomagnetic disc.
Ka di eng?
Ka di biomagnetic disc.
Biomagnetic disc.
Ke dilo tse ba reng di bereka ko Defence Force. And this
Okay, just hang on a little bit. Di dirang di disc tse?
Go eng ka bone di bereka ko engineering ya bone ya ko Defence Force.
Okay. And when no supply ya tsona?
Nna ha ke supplier ya tsona.
Okay.
Mara ka mokgonne ba tlhalosa ka teng ba ne ba re ba file mandate from the government to develop the small businesses.
Okay.
And then ha ba fetsa ba nthomella everything to register le bone mo dating ya bone, ba mpha le di suppliers tse leng gore ba tlhola ba sofa di disk tseo go teng. And then ka feleletsa ke depositile an amount of 95,000. Yani bothata ba ka bo botsone gore ke feleleditse ke kgonne go follow everything sa batho bao. Ke tsentse case mo Lichtenburg mo police station. Mapodisa ha tle mo go nna go tla go utlwa gore eng ke eng gone kgonne go tsenya statement le bona. Ka follow mapodisa ka ba latela ke ya ko officing almost every day. Ke ba kopa gore ba ga itse case e tsamaya kae because ke letlela ka information mara ha le re se.
Yeah.
Go mo ga go ka kry information gore go na le batho ba ba tshwereng go Joburg. 5 year bone they are the Ghanaians, one is a Malawian and 4 year bone the South Africans. Ka bua gape ka boela ko mapodise. Ga ba fetsa ba ntha ba re e tshwantse iswe ko commercial.
Okay.
Ko Mafikeng. Ba mpega ka tsamaya le bone ra ya ko commercial. Ha ke tsena ko ba ko Mafikeng ba re ha se mandate wa bone. Ibile case yo ke ya khale ya May. Ka makatsa ke gore ha go te case ke ya khale go tewa ya. Gona no ka ke bua pa ke tsamaya mo Lichtenburg mo police station a teng almost every day. File ya ka e buile ko Mafikeng ba e ganne ya nna gore ba tshwantse ba e romela ko di Hawks ko Pretoria. Up until today ha ba itse ba mpolelle le beke e fitileng ke ne ke le go bone ba ntha ba re no today ra itsaya re romela Pretoria ka ba kopa gore kwa le romelang teng ke kopa le tlhagele ntletse le nomoro le information ya motho ile go dila le case eo gore ke kgone gore le nna ke mo contact until today
Okay, there's quite detail to what you're saying, and there's a number of names that you've mentioned, and for us to get clarity and direction in order to help you, we would need to actually document all of that down and just reconcile all that information and give it to the right people. Again, I'm going to hand it over to the guys bamaling into production, but that's at Nomorotsaha, and then they will then follow up with you. Which direction? Okay.
Okay,
thank you so much. Okay, ke tlo kopa hore bo rubie on hold, and then by hold on hold, somebody's going to pick up the line again, and then ba tlo tse dinomoro tsa hao.
Okay,
if you phone it, then it means certain number how. That's good then.
Okay.
Thank you so much so far. Okay.
Thank you so much for
all right, thank you very much. We'll definitely bring it to you as we go along. 8 after 7 o'clock, and it's time for us to wrap it up. But Darius, before we say goodbye, is there any other thing that you would like to maybe just add for people to know with regards to witness protection?
Just as a wrap up, people need to speak to the investigating officers, because the Witness Protection Act said they must report it. So report if you feel threatened, if you are a witness, report it to your investigating officer and tell him to report it to our office for assistance.
Okay, and then have you got the National Prosecuting Authority's number where people can reach them?
Yeah, in every province there's a regional office, but the national office is in at the VGM building in Pretoria. It's 012-845-6000.
So there you have it, 012-845-6000. That's the National Prosecuting Authority's number should you or want to get a hold of them, and maybe there's something that you would like them to help you out with. You can call them on that number. So there we go. That's how we wrap up this evening. And perhaps you're looking for the number, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. The one, I don't know if that one is updated, but I'm going to try to quickly look. Okay, here's the one that you can call from the head office, or at the head office. You can reach them on 012-315-1111. That's 012-315-1111. Otherwise, you can hook them up on their website. It's justice.gov.za, Twitter DOJCD_ZA, and Facebook is the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. So that's how we wrap it up. Coming to the end of the show. Until we meet again next week, Thursday. Thank you so much, Darius, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to my producers as well, Lennox Class, Original Sanyane, as well as Unontanta Ndawonde, not forgetting Samuna Naidu as well on Twitter. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's meet again next week, same place, same time. From myself, Karabalans, Stolans, Habapidil Matebele Kerholna. Good evening.